This next one is the Tullamore Dew 18-year-old. Like the 14-year-old, it comes in a nice presentation box. I'll leave that aside. So it looks like the 14-year-old. It's got the white label. It's got 17 and a half years. It's a single malt, 17 and a half years in wood, and forecast finish. Again, leaving some of the in bourbon, putting some into sherry, putting some into port, and putting some into Madeira casks. So we have that forecast finish and influence again. Again, delicious whiskey, very much along the lines of what you tasted in the 14-year-old. It's an 18-year-old. I suppose I'm a little bit proud of this whiskey in that the company, I was involved in some of the thinking and talk about this and cask selection, etc. So the company put my name on it. A colleague said, when I told him that, he said, "Do they think you're going to die?" Not part of the 5-year plan. I don't have any plan to go in that direction, planning to stay on this earth for a while yet. But again, it's that rich, fruity and fruity and wood nose. For me, the slight change from the 14-year-old is that it's sort of become from fresh fruit to from fresh apples to baked apples. It's like apple tart, that kind of still fruity, still appley, maybe some cloves and other spices in there to take it to another level. Yeah, definitely getting some clovey spice with the baked apple. And as I said, lots of wood, as you'd expect. So 17 and a half years in ex-bourbon casks. And then we move from ex-bourbon, we put it into, let's leave some of the bourbon, some in sherry, some in port, some in Madeira. So I'm going to do a toast, as this is my last whiskey. I'm going to do a toast for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed and experienced and learned from this. So this is a toast that if I can remember, it'll be great. Here's to cheating, stealing, fighting, and drinking. 4 very Irish traits. If you cheat, may you cheat death. If you steal, may you steal a heart. If you fight, may you fight for a brother. And if you drink, may you drink with me. Sláinte. Glasses up. A really good note to finish on. It's one of my favorite whiskies in the world, I have to admit. I always say that Tullamore Dew are some of my favorite whiskies in the world, and somebody said, why? And I say, because my wife says it's her favorite whiskey in the world. She doesn't even like whiskey, but she loves Tullamore Dew because for her, Tullamore Dew put 4 very expensive kids through college. So she's very happy that other people like whiskey when she doesn't. So it's her favorite, but it's my favorite for different reasons. I hope this has been informative for you guys. Again, no questions that I can see. I'm not hearing any questions fed into my earpiece here. So don't forget, just to go through them again before we finish, we have Tullamore Dew Original, triple distilled, 3 different whiskies, all triple distilled and blended together from 3 different cask styles. So 3 different casks maturing 3 different styles of whiskey, all of which have been triple distilled. That is the signature Tullamore Dew message. Again, no other whiskey in the world is made that way. The XO, to remind ourselves, has been finished in Caribbean rum casks from Guyana. And then we have our Old Bonded Warehouse. This is my little miniature bottle because I don't have any of the main bottles left, which was a development of the original, but a greater emphasis on sherry cask and pot still, without it being much more older, a little older than the original, but not very old and not an age-stapled whiskey. The 12-year-old, on the other hand, is an age-stapled whiskey. Again, the triple blend, and here with a much bigger emphasis on the pot still whiskey and the sherry cask influence in the pot still whiskey. I said to you, 55% of the blend is actually pot still whiskey, which makes it a very attractive whiskey. Chocolate and nuts for me. A 14-year-old, a 4-cask finish, 13 and a half years in bourbon, and 6 months in sherry, port, and Madeira, as well as bourbon. And then the 18-year-old, the one that'll keep my name after I'm gone. Again, a 4-cask finish, 17 and a half years in ex-bourbon. 4-cask finish, sherry, port, Madeira, and the bourbon casks. So that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have. I always enjoy sipping a few whiskies. Slainte, everybody, and